Hey, welcome to the 175, a channel dedicated to free thought, food for thought, and a heck of a lot of common sense. Bottom line is we try in 175 seconds to try to engage the issues in 3 minutes or less and give you some direction on those issues, many of them controversial. The one today was submitted in writing, actually, by someone who I do not know, but they wanted to know, how do I protect my child from all the transgender craziness that's happening in the world? Well, to those of you who have that problem, let me just say this. You need to be involved. You need to get it done in some way or fashion with your child's education. The school has a lot of influence, but the teachers even more so. Those teachers can nuance different topic lines in 100 different ways. So you need to meet those teachers, make sure you understand when the transgender issues, fluidity, gender identity, and all that kind of stuff is going to come up. And like it is here in California for some unbelievably ungodly and crazy reason, they start at kindergarten. So you, the parent, need to be the protectorate of your child. Now, another way of looking at this is that I would address that issue way ahead of time and make sure they understand the birds and the bees as soon as possible. That means a biblical view of it. One man, one woman, made to procreate, just like flowers do, or many of the animals, etc., so that they understand what the truth is before school gets a hold of them. Obviously, every day you should be engaging your child as to what they have been hearing that day. Every day you need to do that so that you can counter out much of the public school system's baloney. Speaking of baloney, I have 3 words for you. I have some staff people here who love it when I start giving them new words. Well, the 3 words today are hogwash, baloney, and a fine kettle of fish. Let me start with hogwash. Hogwash is just that idea that it is going to be muddy, icky, dirty, icky in order to get something clean. And you want to make sure your child's mind is not polluted by junk. And there's a lot of it on the internet. Man, I would be careful of those cell phones, my friends. And there's also a lot of it in the public school, and I might add private school as well. The bottom line is transgenderism in and of itself is just a made-up liberal left thing in order to keep them away from having to follow any kind of mainline Christian moral. They'll do anything to do that, and therefore they are questioning and literally deconstructing and attacking almost anything. Baloney is the second word, and that is a big theological word that just means it's wrong. And the transgenderism studies that are being thrown around in elementary schools today are just flat out wrong. They're not only factually wrong, but they are morally and philosophically wrong. And then an old movie way back in the 30s called Ma and Pa Kettle. You may or may not know what that means. Look it up. It is hilarious. Black and white, I warn you. But one of the things that they used to say whenever something went haywire or something went wrong was, well, that's a fine kettle of fish, Pa. And I would argue that we're heading down a fine kettle of fish. In other words, there is fish that's brewing that in and of itself is rotting away the very core of civilization, and that is, of course, in the civic morals. Soon, not only will we be post-Christian, anti-Christian, but I might add, I believe we will, in fact, be so anti-Christian that the Christian thought will be banned sooner or later, just like Mr. Beto O'Rourke said this week. So, there you go, longer than normal, but you can't just let your kids listen to those folks, all well-intentioned, I'm sure, with their transgender hogwash, baloney. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a fine kettle of fish. Hey, see you next time. Lots more issues. I cannot believe how many topic lines have been coming in from the internet. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel 175, The 175, and look me up on Facebook, Edward F. Kelly the Fourth, and be my friend, and you'll hear more about all of this and our different classes and thoughts and archives. Take care. See ya.